What's up YouTube? Welcome to my channel. Today I will be doing a tutorial on freehand nail art. This look has been highly requested. So many people have asked that I do a video on how I achieve this look. So stay tuned. I'm going to be using these three colors, lavender, lime green, and white as my base. I'm also going to be using 5 different acrylic paint colors, and let's dive right into it. Here I am applying the base coats to the design. Some people call this blocking, and it's when you take different color nail polish and you put it as a base to your design. A long time ago when I first started this design, I would just put like rectangle and squares shapes of different colors on the background. But I noticed that using this technique that you see me using right here with the paintbrush, it just adds a little bit more of a definition to your designs, and it makes your designs come out a little bit more abstract, and it's kind of hard to mimic because you don't know what was done with the striper or what was done with a nail polish brush, or you don't know how it was done at all. I'm actually doing 4 nails, so there's going to be 2 on each hand. I figure if I do 2 on each hand, the repetition, you guys will probably be able to pick this concept up if you see it over and over again. So here I'm applying the white. I like to use white as a base, blacks, whites, kind of just adds to the design as an accent color or the popping color, so to speak. Here's my little glass dish I got from Family Dollar, Dollar Tree. And here are my nail brushes. All of my nail brushes, I tailored them. I trimmed them. I cut off some of the bristles and trimmed them down just a bit, just to make them easier for me to work with. And the little one on the end I've had, the brown one I've had for about 10 years. That's actually my favorite brush. I'm going to go ahead and add the lavender. And here's another rule of thumb when I'm doing freehand nail art. If I put light colors for my base, I usually use darker colors for my freehand art. If I use a darker color base, like what you see me doing now, I'm applying the base, I'll use lighter colors. And I usually hold my daughter like a pencil, but for this tutorial, I decided to kind of move my hand away so you guys can get the concept of how to apply dots. You want to really get a nice amount of paint on your daughter, and you start with the first dot, and then you try to make sure all of them are like, you go really fast straight down in a line or in a circle, or however you're going to apply your dots, and that's how you get that larger to smaller looking sequence of dots, as you can see here, really fast. So I'll start off slow and then I'll kind of speed up. It's not as neat as it usually be because I'm holding the dotter at a different angle for the purposes of this tutorial. So, but I just wanted to make sure you guys get the concept. The faster you go with the dotter, the more in sequence your dots will be. And oh, and that's just my little signature. I put an extra dot at the bottom, like a larger dot. That's just a little, As you start, oh, here's a little brush. Here's my favorite brush. I want to say something really fast. If you can look here, I am twisting my brush in the paint. Like I'm twisting it because I want to make sure that I get a nice amount of paint. I was going to say before, as you really get into freehand nail art, you'll find signature things to do as well. If you look, I'm holding the bristle toward myself. So my wrist is facing the client. And I'm not using my fingers to make the stripe. I'm not moving my fingers, I'm moving my wrist to make the stripes or to make the little squiggly lines. So I'll do it one more time so you can see here. The paintbrush is the bristles are toward me. Like if you can hold your brush in your hand right now, bring the bristle toward you. The bristle should be faced towards you. Lay them flat on the nail and then move your wrist. If you look at it, I'm not painting with the tip of the brush. I'm actually using the the side of the brush. This is a better angle too. So look at this. I'm not just going in with the tip. I'm using the side. You see that? And so you can lift off the nail to get the lines to go like to get smaller or skinnier, so to speak. I'll let you look at this again. See, I'm not moving my fingers. My fingers aren't moving. It's my wrist that's moving. All right. And the trick is if you paint, now I like to do my colors in sequences. I don't like to put them all over the nail. Like I don't like to put green over here and at the bottom and at the top. I usually keep them in clusters, like together. It just adds a little bit more. It makes the nail look a little bit more uniform and neat, and it's just easier on the eyes for me. So usually I'll have my designs either going like how these are, in a straight line going up the nail, or I'll have them vertical or diagonal, but I make sure that my colors are pretty much together. That's another trick. And right now I'm just giving you guys like, if you have any further questions, please put them in the comments below. I'm going to read the comments, and if you want me to do another tutorial, if you want me to be a little bit more descriptive, let me know. Here's another trick. Once I place the brush down, now this is a technique where the bristles is actually facing the client. I place the brush down, I push up, and I make a C. So I hold the brush flat on the nail, and then I push up, and then I come back down and around like I'm making a C. And you will see me do that here. Up, over, up, over. See? Really easy. I mean, of course, you're going to have to practice. You might have to watch this video a million times. But I promise you, before I knew how to do this look, I had to watch it happen over and over and over again. And it took a lot of practice. But once you get it, you won't go wrong. Again, as far as with this look also, what makes this particular art beautiful is the coordination of the colors. If you're not really good with color coordination or you don't understand color theory, I highly recommend you buy a color wheel from Michaels. It's like 99 cents. Just ask them, do they have a little color wheel? And go on YouTube and YouTube how to read and understand the color wheel. If you want me to do a video, I will, but you really need this because your lines can be so precise and beautiful, but if the colors don't match, they're not complementary, or it doesn't make sense, it's going to be an eyesore. Now, if you look, I'm using a little yellow. I wanted to add that color. So, right now my brush was giving me a little problem there, so I had to take some of the paint off. And with this, I'm just doing little whiskey lines. I'm not doing anything fancy. Now, here's an example of when I use one color on two different sides of the nail. Usually, I don't do this, but when I do, I make sure that I do a different design with it. Like maybe dots or just outlining the parameter of the nail, like what you see me doing here. and what you're going to see me doing um, in a minute when I add more dots to the nail. If you can see, if you think about it, when I first laid the um, the nail polish on just to get the base set, I didn't really have to add any more art. I could have just went in with glitter and that would have been a design all by itself. So for people who are looking to do freehand art, you don't necessarily have to use a striper. You could just use your nail polish paintbrush and just mimic what you saw me doing earlier and outline outline those colors with a little glitter or just splash glitter here and there on the nail and it will still come out really really nice. And it's not a it looks as though there's a lot going on or that I've done a lot of painting, but as you can see I have not. So you see I'm using that yellow again and I'm using it in a different way. So now instead of adding stripes, I'm going to add dots. I wouldn't have put more stripes of yellow on that part of the nail because like I told you guys earlier, I just don't like to have one color like all over the nail. That's just my personal preference. Other people may do it a different way. But for the purposes of this tutorial, I'm showing you guys what my technique is with freehand art. So there you have it. Final look. I could have put some more white on there, maybe some dots or even more white stripes over at the top by the purple. But here's another trick. I could have went without this, but this adds a little bit bedazzle. I wanted you ladies or guys to see um, the design both with and without glitter. Some people just like glitter because it adds a little extra razzle dazzle, but you don't necessarily have to use glitter with this design. And I'm using D&D top coat. Oh, I love to seal my nail art with gel polish top coat. So make sure that you dry because if you don't, you the acrylic paint will drag at this point and it'll mess up your beautiful designs. So make sure that the acrylic paint is completely dry before you go in with your gel top coat. But I really love gel top coat because the it keeps the design longer. It stops it from fading, and it just keeps a shine. It looks really nice. I don't even think I don't even purchase regular top coat anymore. This is my favorite, my go-to. D&D is a very good gel polish too, and you can get it on Amazon, so that it makes it even better. And I'm just adding gel polish to the second hand. And oh, as far as the nails, that is a nude and pink ombre. And if you want a tutorial on that, let me know. That's my favorite ombre look. It kind of puts me in the mind, even though they're very different, but it just gives me the same warm, fuzzy feeling of the American manicure. So people who remember the American manicure from back in the day, that's what the nude and pink ombre it gives me. It puts me in the mind of that, and that's like one of my favorites. I like the white and pink ombre as well, but prefer nude and pink. It's just beautiful. And I'm just cleaning up the gel polish from around the nail. Sometimes I'll cap it twice, um, just to be sure that it's a full coverage. And sometimes I buff the nail so perfectly that there'll be like spots missing. Or like when I put the gel top coat on top, it'll be like little spots missing where I have to do a double coat. And now I'm just applying the oil, the cuticle oil. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And watch this video as many times as you like to make sure that you're able to get the same look. It's one of my favorite looks. I absolutely adore it. Thanks, guys, for watching.